One day I'll teach you how to pour a beer. That's actually a good looking beer.
I'm Sam Tate. I'm 30 years old and I'm a Paralympic sit skier on the Australian team. I live between Mittagong, which is south of Sydney, and in Perisher Valley up in the mountains where my parents manage a ski lodge. I spend my winters in Perisher Valley training with the Australian team. Living in the lodge so close to the snow makes it a little bit easier getting up for early morning training. I work the bar at night time, which is so great because I can just switch off from focusing on training and just relax and talk to the guests and have a bit of fun and a couple of laughs. Safe to say, I've got it pretty good up here. I had a pretty normal upbringing. I grew up in the Southern Highlands, and my parents, being huge snow people, took us on trips to the snow at a very young age. So the snow's been in my blood for as long as I can remember.
Good skiing, Sam.
In 2013, I had a motorbike accident which changed my life pretty significantly, and from there it set me on a different trajectory in life, and it definitely sent me down a different path. After my accident, the one thing I felt like I lost was my freedom, and then I found sit skiing, which filled that hole and gave me my freedom back. From there I did everything I could to join the Australian team, be the best and compete overseas, and then ultimately compete at a Winter Paralympic Games. And having my family and friends there watching me compete over in South Korea was definitely one of the highlights of my life so far. When I found skiing, even just seeing the video of a sit skier ski down a hill or race down the mountain, I was like, that is me. Like, I need to get into a sit ski and try it as soon as I can, because I just somehow knew it was going to heal me, I think, mentally, obviously more than physically, but I needed that. Finding skiing definitely, I think, saved me mentally, and that then helped me push physically in the gym to get fitter for competitions. And once I started the professional side of it, it just it didn't seem like a burden. It still doesn't seem like a burden. It's just, I want to be the best in my sport in everything, whether it's jumping, racing, free skiing. I want to be good at everything, and everything I do kind of revolves around getting that 1% extra skill or mental toughness or whatever that 1% is. it's so hard to explain, obviously, with any sport. The feelings you're feeling when you're just doing what you love and you're in the zone and you're just going for it, because it's the height of your happiness and you're doing something you love. And when you're going down a hill and you get that perfect turn and you just know that, oh yeah, this is the best feeling. You're centimeters away from the snow, your skis just ripping an arc, and everything is just working in that moment. And life in that moment just doesn't get any better. It's just, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't explain it.
Let's not get impatient, huh?
What do you mean?
Give it space.
I thought they were going a lot faster than what they were.
So I'm on the Australian National Paralympic team, which involves skiing the Australian winter, and then we travel overseas to America and Europe for World Cups. It's been a learning curve, but it's I wouldn't change it. It's maybe who I am now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The people I've met from being in competition and being on the Paralympic team they're incredible. They're the most happiest and funnest people to be around. But yeah, it's just one big family, and having them on the road with you for 4 or 5 months at a time, it makes it so much easier. Training in Australia, it's a lot of fun training with the team. Get up early, get out there for the sunrise. We work hard, we train hard, but we also have a lot of fun doing it, because once you take the fun out of it, you don't really get results for it and you're not really enjoying what you do anymore. Since I started sit skiing, I've always wanted to push the boundaries and see what's possible in a sit ski. Like, saw my mates doing the train park and I knew, yep, that's me. Let's go. Did it. What's next? I have able-bodied friends who always go out backcountry and tell me how good it is. So I'm like, get me out there. So a few years ago, I saw my mates go out with another sit skier, Michael Fody, and I knew it was possible to get out in the backcountry, so we had to make it happen. The next year, we got a crew together and made it happen. And what better place to go to for my first trip in the backcountry, the highest mountain in Australia, Mt Kosciuszko. I made it to the top of Kosciuszko with a little bit of help, and I was blown away with how incredible it was out there. My first run in the backcountry down the face of Kosciuszko was amazing. Like, it was like nothing I've ever experienced before up to that point. It was right then and there that I knew I needed to get back out there to the top of Kosciuszko and ski back down, but on my own terms, and most importantly, under my own power.
There it is.
So I met Tom in 2014. He basically taught me how to ski. We spent 2-3 weeks together in Perisher Valley, getting around there, being tethered from a rope behind me and just working up to be solo skiing. And over the last 6-7 years, we've become really good mates, and it's just go skiing whenever we can, and we build a really strong relationship up. Like, we know so much about each other. He's seen me progress so far. Tom's pretty good with ropes and doing things with his hands and making custom equipment up for sit skis and adapting stuff. So we knew we were going to need some sort of modified equipment, and we knew Tom was going to be the man for that to be able to get this hike done.
Hey,
What's going on?
not too much.
So Kosciuszko?
Like Lucas said,
Yeah,
by yourself?
100%.
I reckon you got it.
I reckon we got it.
It's gonna be tough. Mate, you remember how hard it was the last
I've been
time?
up there before, yes.
Yeah, do you remember how hard it was the last time?
Well, I wasn't really doing much.
Yeah, that time you pulled your own way.
Yeah. No, I think we got it.
Yeah, mate, you got it. So a downhill sit ski is great for going downhill, but they're really they're not very good for going uphill unless you've got a lift. And in this case, we haven't got any lifts. So we had to come up with a solution to get Sam uphill by himself. So we came up with the beach chair. The beach chair was good because we had it. It was materials available, made out of steel, so we could weld things if we needed to. The backrest was great. It was designed to go in water, so we were fine to go in wet environments. But it was heavy and it was bulky and it wasn't made for purpose. So we came up with a design called a skidder. We thought it would be good because it has a bit more suspension and a bit more balance, wider platform. But then we sort of, once we sat in it and once we thought about how it was going to move on the hill, we realised Sam wouldn't be able to push it very well. Might be very good for him when he's using the ropes, but we needed a machine that could do both. So the skidder, we had to put a cross through that one. Once we had the beach chair, we'd ruled that one out. Once we had the skidder, that wasn't going to work. We needed a solution. And so I called in a favour from my friends down in Victoria. And they said they might have something that's going to fit the bill. This cross-country ski is the piece of equipment that we needed. This is the piece of the puzzle that's going to let Sam get up that hill quickly and efficiently. It's designed for purpose, made to go uphill. I've had to do a couple of quick modifications and we still haven't quite tested it with him, but he's still on it. Slides, made for purpose. It's going to be good.
First trial of a cross-country ski. Hopefully we don't crash.
Plan is to see if Sam can cross-country sit ski. We know he can row an erga, we know he can ride a bike, we know he can go downhill, but can he go uphill? That's the question. Can you go
Uphill's not as fun as going
ski?
downhill.
The downhill is the scariest bit about cross-country.
Yeah.
Like cross-country, whenever you're going downhill, it just feels like, oof, no fun.
Yeah, is it hard to steer or like near impossible?
It's all up in the air. Who knows? Who knows?
We'll find
Is
out.
it hard to steer? He's off! He can move!
Jumping in the cross-country rig for the first time, I was like, oh no. This is not going to be as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, this is going to be hard.
Maybe we can get some skis that slide better or wax them properly. Now you're on the thread there.
And then there was like the balance issue with the cross-country ski.
There it is, there it is, there it is! It's over. How are you? Had to happen.
Oh, I'm going to need a physio just to massage every time we stop. No, it's hard, but it's going to be worth it. And yeah, it's going to be tough, but I don't know, we'll get there.
I wasn't expecting to be this hard, but it's a good challenge, it's good fitness. We'll do it.
I reckon this next bit looks pretty steep, so we'll switch from pushing to dragon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead to full length, or 60 meters or something, and set it, and then this rope should just be able to hand over hand pull up. It's not going to be like the stretchy one we played with last time, it's going to be static, so it doesn't stretch, so you'll be right. So I'll run up there and set it.
Sweet.
Let's see how it goes. See you in a second.
See you in a minute. I'm just gonna take 5.
When we did 30 up to Etheridge Ridge, we had a 3-to-1 pulley, and we basically just used our gravity to just run down the hill to get him up. But Sam's got to pull himself
And then
up.
I have to go find the mid.
Coming for you. Oh, now I'm talking. Holy hell. That was hard. Forearms are burning. I don't know if I like the poles or the rope better.
But when it gets deep,
Rope.
right, we're just gonna have to work out when is it worth it, you know. And that was just a 1-to-1 pull, like.
Yeah.
So there's no mechanical advantage at all. The next one we try, once we get to the steeper bit, we'll try and just do a 2-to-1.
Yeah.
So it'll be half as easy, but you'll only go half as far.
Yeah.
So twice as easy, but half as far.
And if you hate one, then you can look forward to the other one whilst you're halfway through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, give me a beer. Solid mindset. That's what it is. I reckon we could go.
Need some tweaking.
Didn't sound too what do you call that? Confident.
No, I mean, it's just going to be, from my perspective, just muscle and endurance.
Yeah.
And just slow and steady, basically. Like, I don't want to go
Yeah, I think
full guns blazing from
From the get-go.
the get-go, because then I'll just be,
Yeah, you won't make it.
I won't make
The objective is to get there and back again.
yeah, exactly. But sit ski works, static rope works perfectly with the
Yeah.
2-to-1, 3-1.
So overall, what are we thinking?
Kosciuszko is going to happen,
Nice.
100%.
Yes.
2 weeks, or
100%.
yeah, a couple of weeks.
We can't wait too long. We're gonna have snow.
Yeah, I know.
I knew after we got all the on-snow logistics sorted that one of the biggest factors of us getting to the top was going to be my strength and fitness. I'm a downhill skier, not an uphill skier, so I don't train to be able to do 1,000 pulls or 1,000 pushes in a row. We had a few months out before our summit day, and I knew I had to be as fit and as strong as possible to make it to the summit. So there's two main ways you can get to Kosciuszko. One from Thredbo and one from Charlotte's Pass. We decided to go from Charlotte's Pass because it was closer to home in Perisher. The plan was to leave from Charlotte's Pass in my hand cycle and go as far as we could until I hit snow. Once we hit snow, I would change into my cross-country rig and use the poles to push across the snow. There was a bit of rain towards the end of the season, which made the route a little patchy, so we changed between my hand cycle and my cross-country rig, depending on how much snow was around. From there we'll go up past Seaman's Hut and on to Rawson's Pass at the bottom of the main face of Kosciuszko. From Rawson's to the top is definitely the steepest part of the route, so we would change to our system using ropes, pulleys, snow anchors and our ratios, and I would pull myself all the way up straight to the summit. And then I'd ski back down, beautiful sunset, everyone's stoked, and we'll be back in time for dinner. So we're up here at Charlotte's Pass, ready to summit Kosciuszko. There's 7 of us, everyone basically being a pack horse. We've got 3 bikes, a downhill mono ski, a uphill cross-country ski, a hand cycle, a wheelchair, and then everyone else's gear, water, food, ropes, everything to basically get us out of trouble if we get in trouble, which we won't. We'll smash it.
Final prep, getting everything done. Sunscreen on, bags packed, Sam's ready, Craig's good. Let's go. Legend.
I was thinking when we started the hand cycle, I was like, oh, we're going to be up there in a few hours. And then an hour, and I was like, oh, we're not even at the Snowy River yet. And then I was like, oh, maybe we left too late. This hand cycle, like having the rain for the few weeks was a blessing in disguise. If there was snow the whole way, we maybe would have had to give up and start again another day.
Oh, hello.
Come on! Okay, let's meet up.
Oh, 20 meters, 30 meters of snow to get across. Just done, I don't know, 3Ks maybe. And this is gonna be a trek. This is really gonna be a trek. Having no snow to basically Seaman's Hut was, I guess, another blessing in disguise, so we could have the hand cycle and just grind out the track as far as we could go. Just got to the mighty Snowy River. It's pretty flowing pretty nicely, and we've done now 4Ks maybe, another 4 to go. It's probably going to be the hardest 4Ks of my life, I reckon. But I think it's going pretty well.
Whoa! How'd that work?
Well, that was interesting and really, really tough actually. I don't know if it was because the snow was weird or whatever, but if the whole rest of the cross country is like that, then it's gonna be a slog. Once we got past the Snowy River, it was all uphill towards Seaman's Hut, where my hand cycle kind of became redundant because slick tyres, loose gravel doesn't really work that well. So I decided to jump in my wheelchair, which was really tough because I was sliding and slipping. And
Wasn't that steep, but so we're almost at Stevens Hut. I got probably another 50 metres of snow with side hill, so it's going to be a bit tricky with the cross country ski. So I've thought of a great idea of wheelbarrowing. So hands, someone's holding my legs, and just walk on my hands to the 50 metres.
Good? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's all right, Sam. Oh. No, it's not so bad. Okay. Oh. Oh, you were pumping. Lots a little. Good. Lots a little.
I don't know. Give me a sec. I haven't even got halfway yet.
We're more than halfway overall.
Overall. Well, I think we've exhausted ways to get to Kosciuszko.
This is the stupidest way to do it.
Huh?
This is the stupidest way to do it.
It's a good day out.
Doesn't feel like your arms.
It's alright. It's a bit.
That old song's going there.
I'm still fisting it. Cool, what's next?
We're just digging the side hill in for him so it's flat so he can push on his cross country ski. Because when we haven't dug it in, he's on the side hill and he just falls straight over.
So as I was pushing towards the last pitch to Kosci, I was trying to count how many times we're going to reset our ropes. And I was like, we're going to be doing this like 40 times minimum. Like if you're looking at it as a able-bodied, you can kind of just pump out and smash out. But I'm sitting there in a cross-country ski and my arms have to do all the work, which are not as big as your legs, right? So I'm just like thinking, firstly, I guess, can I do this? But then I'm like, I'm not giving up now. We're so close. I know where the top is. I couldn't see the top, but I know where it was, and there was no way any of us at that point was going to be like, no, you can't do this. My body was it felt alright, like physically, but I think mentally I was like this is gonna suck, realistically. Like, this is gonna hurt, every pull is gonna burn, and you've got to repeat that for the next hour. I knew mentally I could do it. Like, my mental motivation was there. I wanted to get the top for basically everyone who was with me, like the team. I wanted to do it for them because they've volunteered their time over the last few months with testing, planning, making rigs, all the stuff that led up to this, basically this one last push, this one moment of effort. And at that point I was just doing it, well, for me, but the motivation came from everyone behind me. Every muscle in my body was just killing me. It was just hand over hand, just getting 10 centimeters at a time up the face, and I knew that I was not giving up. I was getting to the top. We had come so far, and I needed to get to the top, no matter how sore or how tired I was not giving up. It's just not, that's not me. When you think of Kosciuszko, it's not a feat that you train for. Like, it even gets a pretty bad rap being one of the easiest mountains in the world to climb. For most people, it's pretty easy, but not for me. For me to get to the top of Kosciuszko and ski back down, it took a whole team around me, months and months of preparation and physical training, and just mentally preparing for one of the toughest days that I'll ever have in my life. That was one of the hardest things I've done. And the feeling of being at the top and making it all that way is something that I will hold on to for the rest of my life. If I can take one thing away from this and share it with the world, it would be to just live your dreams. I live a life with the mindset that I'm always chasing my future self. I can always grow and I can always be better. I want to live a life where I look back on and I say to myself, yeah, Sam, you bloody lived. And summiting at Kosciuszko was a moment in my life that I will never forget. It taught me how strong the human body can really be when we want something and work so hard towards it. I just want everyone to realize that they don't need to stop living or settle down if life becomes too comfortable. So from me to you, whatever it is, just get out there and do it. I promise it'll be worth it. But the whole reason I did this was to be able to ski back down. And 8 hours of absolutely flogging myself later, it was about time I had some fun. On the way down, I stopped at the top of the run, took the sunset in, had a little moment and just thought, you know what? I've earned this. I dropped in from the top and I was going to do a little few turns so the cameras could get the shots, but then I thought, no, I'm a downhill skier. I'm just going to rip it straight to the bottom. As cliche as it sounds, my disability isn't holding me back. It's, if anything, it's giving me wings and I'm soaring.